time, and we having to face our fears. Things that maybe 6 or 8 months ago didn't seem as if they would ever be a possibility or a reality. Well, of course they now are. And, be it that your whole working environment has changed, be it that you perhaps have lost your job, things are not what they used to be. And we now we really have to face our fears. The fears of possibly not having our full salary or a salary at all. Where are we going to? Will our businesses survive? And it's a very, very powerful and crippling emotion often that fear brings to us. Khalil Gibran wrote a poem called Fear, and I just want to read it to you because it is so important. He said, "It is said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. She looks back at the path she has travelled, from the peaks of the mountains, the long winding road crossing forests and villages. And in front of her, she sees an ocean so vast that to enter there seems nothing more than to disappear forever. But there's no other way. The river cannot go back. Nobody can go back. To go back is impossible in existence. The river needs to take the risk of entering the ocean, because only then will fear disappear. Because that's where the river will know it's not about disappearing into the ocean, but of becoming the ocean." I think in that poem, Gibran had put so much of the thought processes that we have to go through together. We are on this journey. We're like a river. We flow gently through life. We have our milestones. So we might start in the metaphorical mountains and we start meandering along, and we go to preschool and then school and then high school and then university or onto technical colleges. Whatever we do, we meet and lose a lot of people along the way. We meet our partners, hopefully for life. We might have children. We might go into business. We have a career. We meandering. We're going. It's fantastic. But then something happens. The waters start getting a little bit rougher. They get a little bit choppier. You feel the pushback, like the ocean pushing back into the fresh water. We start feeling that. It gets a little bit unsettling. And then that is when the true test of our character comes out, because it is then that we actually have to understand that we now are beyond the point of no return. We can't control our existence. We can't control our lives. We can try, and we do put measures in place, but actually it's always a forward moving motion that we're moving along, and there is no going back. And a lot of us will be in that position at the moment, where we know there is no going back to what was 8 months ago. But before us, what we're seeing is this vast ocean. And yes, of course, it's terribly, terribly scary. It's the unknown, it's wild, it's different. But the only way we are going to conquer our fear, and actually we don't have too much of an option here. We have to just enter that fray, enter that ocean, and actually become that ocean. So where we've gone from our very sedate, winding, wonderful path, we're now moving into something that is different. The waters are choppier, it's unknown, but we have to do it. There was an old adage, and Linda said this to me now. Fear always stood for forget everything and run. Or it can state something along the lines of, and I think I'm going to forget this, find everything and respond. And I think that is so clear and that is so good. Let's respond to our new challenge, our new ocean that's facing us, because that is how we will survive. Have a wonderful week. I will see you next Wednesday, and just focus forward and keep going.